After his brothers sold him to slave traders, Joseph was taken to Egypt. There his situation got even worse. When the slave traders arrived in Egypt, they sold Joseph to Potiphar, who was captain of the bodyguard of the king, or Pharaoh. God gave Joseph a special talent for organizing his work well. Because of God's blessing, everything Joseph tried to do, he did well. Potiphar was so impressed with his young slave's abilities that after a while, he made Joseph manager over his entire household. Joseph was even in charge of much of Potiphar's business. Joseph was young, strong, talented, and good-looking, but trouble would not stay away. About this time, Potiphar's wife began to notice what a fine young man Joseph was. She began to pay lots of attention to him. Joseph knew her flirting was not right. He tried to avoid her and to have nothing to do with her. But one day while Potiphar was away, his wife grabbed Joseph by his clothing. "Come with me," she said. Joseph did not know a good way to get out of the situation, so he quickly slipped out of his garment and ran from the house. Potiphar's wife was left holding Joseph's empty garment. She screamed in rage. Others in the household came running. "Joseph attacked me," Potiphar's wife cried. That evening when Potiphar came home, his wife repeated the lie, using the other servants as witness. "Joseph attacked me. When I screamed, he ran away. See, here is his garment." Potiphar was so angry that he threw Joseph into prison, but even here God blessed Joseph. Because of his talents and his good behavior, he soon was put in charge of the entire prison. Joseph was imprisoned unfairly, but God was with him still. Even in prison, Joseph was successful in what he did. Sometime later, Pharaoh became angry with two of his servants, his chief baker and his butler. He had them thrown into prison. Joseph met them and became their friend. One night, both of these men had disturbing dreams. The next morning, Joseph noticed their unhappy faces and said, "Tell me your dreams." The butler spoke first. "In my dream, I saw a vine with 3 branches. It budded and filled with grapes. I squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup and gave him a drink." Joseph smiled. "Your dream has a happy meaning. 3 days from now, Pharaoh is going to take you out of prison and give your job back to you." Joseph continued, "When this happens, please try to help me if you can. I am a foreigner, a Hebrew. As a youth, I was kidnapped and sold into slavery. I am now in prison for a crime I did not do." The butler promised that he would help. Then Joseph listened to the baker's dream. "I dreamed I was carrying 3 baskets of baked goods on my head," began the baker. "But before I could deliver them to Pharaoh, a great cloud of birds came and ate all of the loaves and cakes." Joseph's face was saddened. "My friend, prepare yourself for bad news. Your dream means that 3 days from now you will be put to death by Pharaoh's order." Sure enough, Pharaoh's birthday came 3 days later. He gave a party for all of the people who worked in his government and on his staff. Just as Joseph had predicted, the butler was restored to Pharaoh's service, but the chief baker was sentenced to die a terrible death. The butler, however, forgot all about Joseph and his promise to help him.